Welcome to HOLDFAST Radio, Ride Out Life with mental illness. You too, ladies and gentlemen, can stay afloat in this ever-cycling existence. Stay tuned. Good morning. This is Amanda here on HOLDFAST Radio. Ride out life with mental illness or any kind of illness or any kind of anxiety or fear or anything you're trying to get over. I'm here to help. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about something very important. Anxiety, panic attacks, unfounded fear in general, just difficulty coping with life's shit. And I realize that is prevalent when you're coping with things like mental illness or anxiety or depression. And I love to have tools for you to work with, and I have many, many tools in my little tool belt. And one that we've spoken about at length is medicinal marijuana. And I'm a fan. I'm a big fan, and I wanted to talk to you today about a product that I found, which is pretty low on the THC and pretty high on the CBD. And speaking from experience, I find that little itty-bitty tastes throughout the day of this delightful gummy that I'm going to tell you all about on the show today, in conjunction with talking about tools to face anxiety, taken from the HOLDFAST book that I wrote, Ride Out Life with Mental Illness. You should be ready to go. I have some tools, and I want to share them with you. But first, may I wow you with an absolutely stunning tune that makes me giddy, in addition to dreamy. The Dig, I already forgot everything you said.
stay for very long. Now you were looking for a place to unload your head, but I already forgot everything you said. When you left with him and he changed his mind,
that song so much. That was The Dig with I Already Forgot Everything You Said. And this is Amanda on HOLDFAST Radio. Good morning. I hope it's a beautiful morning for you wherever you are. So today we're talking about anxiety and tools to overcome anxiety. And this is really important stuff. And I've been hit with gnarly panicky feelings as of late. Unfounded, if you will, and they creep up, and they are so difficult to shake. But I have tools, and I write about it, and I talk about it, and I should take my own advice sometimes, so I'm here to share them with you, because when put to practice, they really, 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 really work. In addition to the medicinal marijuana that I'm going to talk about today, which is really fabulous, I wanted to just let you know that I empathize with you, and I totally understand what it feels like to feel completely helpless. Just lost completely, especially when inundated with these feelings of just helplessness and that sinking feeling in your gut and that your racing heart and sweat and just all the really shitty things that go along with feeling panic or anxiety, and you just don't know where it's coming from, and it's okay. It really doesn't matter where it's coming from. The root doesn't matter, is what I'm trying to get at. What matters is how to deal with it. So, for someone who suffers from anxiety, an anxiety disorder, or anxiety or exacerbated by bipolar illness or anything like that, specifically mixed states, it can oftentimes feel impossible. And I know that, to overcome in the moment, and it's so real to you, and it is real. And when someone tries to say, just calm down, I get that too. It's so frustrating for a third party to look at someone in a state like that if they can't understand. And you have to remember that and let that go too. Because it's real, and it's real to you, and that gives it huge power. But there are some pretty clever ways to get to the other side of anxiety without falling to pieces. Such as breathing exercises, water, music, physical activity, taking walks, doing what makes you feel really good. And we're going to talk about that. In fact, there are very specific tools available to you that reside not in your head, because that's where you get into trouble. The head is what gets you into that place in the first place, I think. The tools that I'm talking about are in your heart. And they're always there. You just have to tap into them. And I find the most effective way to do that is to breathe really deep in through your nose, out through your mouth when you feel it coming on, and you can just drop from your head into your heart, and you can find peace there. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, some symptoms of anxiety can include, and are not limited to, and I'm sure you can relate to all of these, feeling restless, wound up, or on edge, hyperactivity, trouble sleeping, fatigue, difficulty concentrating, irritability, muscle tension, difficulty controlling feelings of worry. And the beauty of this list is not the symptoms, because they suck, but the fact that when you experience one or several of them, and that feeling of impending doom begins to sink into the what if, oh my God, I'm dying territory, you are actually in control. This is a good thing. When you get to that state, it's like the bottom of the barrel. You've hit rock shit bottom, and you're down there, and there's nowhere to go but up. And this is where you have the opportunity to put the kibosh on the prospective panic attack. Why? Because you already own it. It's yours. Because you know what is happening and will choose to sit with each symptom and hold its hand like a child. I always say this. Anxiety symptoms are like temper tantrums, because they are. Think about it. All they need, like a toddler who's having a tantrum, is to be acknowledged and loved. Love the symptoms. They hurt, they suck, they're confusing, they make life really miserable in the moment. But if you embrace them and own them, they have nowhere to go but up. It's like a little child when you're holding a child and the child is just losing it, and you'll hold them and rock them. Eventually it makes it all better for the child and for you. So what I'm saying is, hold your own hand and tell yourself what feeling is creeping up. Then say it out loud. Feel like, oh my God, I am feeling like I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm feeling like I'm going to have a stroke. I'm feeling like I can't do it anymore. I'm feeling like I can't go on. I'm feeling like this day will never end. I'm feeling like I'm going to cry. Just own that feeling. Say it. If you put it out there, it's like writing something down. If you take it out of your body and put it on paper, it is no longer trapped inside of you, but you have shared it. You have put it out so that it can be touched, so that it could be spoken aloud so it can be read by someone else, or so it can be crumbled up and thrown into the garbage can or burned and sent up to heaven. According to anxietycoach.com, you can look that up if you care to, an invaluable resource I have found for those seeking to overcome anxiety disorders. It's actually your reaction to shame and embarrassment that produces unwanted symptoms. And I quote Anxiety Coach, shame and embarrassment and uncomfortable feelings which fuel the idea that you have something to hide. I'm sorry, let me start that over. Shame and embarrassment and uncomfortable feelings which fuel the idea that you have something to hide. Some aspects of yourself which are so negative that you figure you should prevent others from noticing them. This leads to secrecy, which is a powerful force behind social phobia. That is so true. End quote. Thank you, anxietycoach.com. And it's funny how anxiety manifests itself in different ways, yet I find there's one universal truth. Keeping anxious feelings secret or keeping the symptoms camouflaged behind false emotions will only make the situation worse. It's true. And sometimes you're so overcome by these negative feelings that the secrecy aspect of it is null and void, because really you can't escape them unless you allow them to escape you. You can't get away from the bad feelings unless you let them go, because they're in you. The urge to keep your flaws secret leads you to oppose the symptoms, and as anxietycoach.com states once again, I quote, the path out of social anxiety disorder is so much easier when you come to see that secrecy is not your friend. That others will generally be accepting of your flaws as you are of theirs, and that is when you give up your efforts to hide and oppose your visible anxiety symptoms, and that's when they become less frequent and disturbing, end quote. So true. So true. Think about that for a moment, and I'd like to introduce you, during a little musical interlude here, to an incredible artist. If you have not heard her thus far, you're about to hear her. Her name's Lizzie No. She's off the rails, and this is The Killing Season.
The backyard looks nice, and you'll have preserves in the wintertime. Mosquitoes at the window, but you were raised polite. You were one of the pure of heart, but didn't help you none. There's no telling our shapes apart when the killing season comes. When the killing season comes, everything worth saving is waiting in a glass jar. Then summer comes in blazing. It comes in hard, and you were one of the pure of heart, but didn't help you none. There's no telling our shapes apart when the killing season comes. When the killing season comes. Throw your arms out wide, and just before you fall, your beauty silhouetted in a flashlight. In the light, and you were one of the pure of heart, but it didn't help you none, no. There's no telling our shapes apart when the killing season comes. When the killing season comes. When the killing season comes. When the killing season comes.
Wow, that's a beautiful song. That was Lizzie No with The Killing Season, and she is phenomenal. You have to check her out if you haven't checked her out already. That's Lizzie No, Lizzie. No, N-O. So hi, again. You're with Amanda here on HOLDFAST Radio, Ride Out Life with mental illness, and today we're talking about anxiety and how it creeps up like Georgia kudzu and takes over and chokes you and makes you very unhappy. And all the tools that there are to deal with this, because there are a hell of a lot of tools. And even when you're in the when you're in the moment, I know it's really hard to find them, but if you can sink down into your heart, that's where they are. And that's what we're talking about. So anxiety. We know what happens. You know how it feels. It's debilitating. But what I want to share with you are some methodologies that I have that work. So, for instance, let's talk about this for a moment. If you are driving, or if you're in a room with people, or if you are just uncomfortable in general, even if you're all alone, I find that this list is very effective. This is what I do, and I want you to try it. Find a quiet place, or at least a place where you can be alone with your thoughts. If you're in a busy city street, just find a quiet corner. Just go be alone. Picture your favorite color, or a color that calms you. Like, for instance, me, it's green. It's always green. Or blue. Fill your mind with that color. Just let it fill your heart and your mind. Just wash away all the anxiety. It feels so good. You can picture it. You can feel it. Use all your senses. Taste it. Touch it. Hear it. Smell it. Picture it like swirls of soft light, softening every nook of your mind and your body. It feels like $1,000,000. And then number 3, just deeply breathe in that color through your nose to the count of 4. Hold that breath and color for 4 seconds. Feel the softness of the color pushing into every part of you. Make a mental note of the good feeling and remember it. Just remember that feeling of the color and the warmth overcoming you and that swirls of love, and hug it. Just give it a hug. It feels so good to hug. Then exhale out of your mouth to the count of 4, and every exhale sends the negative feelings and energy away like like smog. You can just watch it dissipate. And then just sit with the color and just breathe. And continue 4 beats in through your nose and 4 beats out through your mouth. And let that color just swirl through your mind, behind your eyes, behind your nose, down your throat, into your heart. Every time your heart beats, it pulses that color out into all of your extremities, and it feels so good. You can feel it in your toes and your fingers. And it's amazing. And do this continually until you feel the subtle calming in your mind, and you will. Give it time, but you will. And picture the bad feelings drifting into nothingness and harming nothing. They're not going to hurt anyone else either. You don't have to worry. Just, they go away. Like a ring of cigarette smoke. Just goes away. And I promise you, this will diffuse the moment. If not, change your mood drastically for the better. This simple exercise, breathing in color, to the count of 4 in, to the count of 4 out, holding it, hugging it, feeling it pulse through your body, you will feel better. It takes your mind off the shitty shit that you're dealing with, and will allow you to just ride it out and come out on the other side. So that's one method that works beautifully. And I had a very, 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 very special friend remind me of that today when I was panicking. And he came to me, my heart, and in my mind, and said, breathe in, breathe out. And I did, over and over. And it helped. And I got to the other side of it. And I laughed. And I smiled. And that, ladies and gentlemen, right there, when you get to that point, you know you're over the hump. Because when you smile, your whole body smiles. It's a beautiful thing. When you laugh, that's like the ultimate. You're like one hand in heaven, baby. It's good stuff. So, I want to talk to you about, I brought this up earlier, this wonderful gummy I've discovered. Not a gummy bear, but a hybrid CBD THC 5-to-1. And I seem to be very, very, very sensitive to high THC count as of late, and I am not taking any medication, so that has no correlation. I don't know why, and that's okay. And I find that for my sensitivity, this blend works like a charm. So there's a local apothecary, I guess I'll call it, near me, the Apothecarium. Wonderful place, kind of like Grand Central, very busy. Incredible employees. And this very kind gentleman recommended WANA, W-A-N-A. It's a product. And it was very reasonable in cost. And it has 25 milligrams of CBD and 5 milligrams of THC per gummy. Now, it says on the jar to start with 1 chew. I have not eaten an entire chew because I find that if I would eat only half of a chew, that it knocks me out. And I don't mean like you just smoked your best friend's gravity bong in the kitchen and it, you get so high that you fall on the floor. That's not what I'm talking about. But it's, if you want to function throughout the day and quell anxiety and just feel good, take little bites. That's what I've been doing, nibbling like a little mouse. And just a little here and there, and it really, really takes the edge off. Again, this is Wana, W-A-N-A, I think that's how it's pronounced. The product that I'm speaking of, the one I'm holding in my hand, is pomegranate blueberry acai blend, and it's very tasty. Keep it far, far, far away from little hands. Not meant for kiddos. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. And give it a try. I'm sure you could find it at a local weed distribution center near you. Yeah, it's good stuff. I'll talk a little bit more about it after I introduce you to another off-the-charts band that I was not really familiar with until recently when I heard them on WXPN out of Philadelphia. Amazing independent radio. You need to check that out as well and listen to it on the World Wide Web if you haven't already. They don't know how to fall in place. This is the Lemon Twigs.
Why do my dreams, they always wake me up? I can't get a night of sleep that isn't purple, yellow, green. Every day is like a memory of someone I knew 1,000 years ago.
that tune? I do. That's the Lemon Twigs. They don't know how to fall in place, and you need to check out that band. They are so great. So great. I heard them on WXPN at Philly, the station I mentioned before that I absolutely love and have listened to for forever. And am a member of, by the way. You can be a member and support them. And that's how they make the majority of their fundage to keep the independent radio going. I think it's a UPenn radio station. Where was I going with that? Last Friday they have a free at noon concert every Friday afternoon, and it's so much fun to listen to. And the Lemon Twigs played, and it was just it wasn't the whole band, it was an acoustic set with, I think they're brothers, I'm not sure, but the two cats who are in the band, and it was amazing, and I loved it. So please check them out, and don't forget to check out Lizzie No too. We're going to hear another one from her in a little bit before we go for the day. Hey, I also wanted to share that this is Amanda on HOLDFAST Radio, Right Out Life with Mental Illness, and remind you of something really important. In addition to the breathing exercise I shared with you to overcome weird, wacky anxiety feelings and moments of panic, there's a couple other things that really work well. And I had mentioned this briefly before, but water. And I know everybody doesn't have a pool to jump into or a hot tub to immerse themselves in or the like, but a shower, even just immersing yourself in a bath, I find it so calming. So calming. It really works. For instance, yesterday morning about this time, that very special friend that I told you about, I was talking to him and having these really, really creeping kudzu kind of feelings pop up, and I have a small pool outside that has a saltwater filter, and I immersed myself in it, and it was like instantaneous calm. Salt is so healing. Combine it with water and you are just cleansing your body. It's just a spiritual cleansing, and I highly recommend it. And you can do it in a tub. Load up some salt in a tub. Take a bath, even if you've only got 15 minutes. And just picture the anxiety going away. Do the breathing exercises. Take a shower. Do a salt scrub. It'll feel so good on your skin. Just do it. Try it. You don't need Xanax, Ativan, anything else. You really don't. As wonderful as it seems in the moment, and I completely understand, when you're right there, you just want to turn off. The problem with those drugs, and I'm not a doctor, and this is in my very humble opinion, is that, yeah, they turn off the anxiety, but I think they turn off some really important things too. Really important, like cognitive function, motor skills. They dumb you down so hardcore. And that is coming from personal experience. I have talked at length about abusing drugs and my experience with it, but man, they feel so good, and that's how they work. Again, in my opinion, those drugs are quick fixes. And yeah, they work, but they are highly addictive. I know this from experience, and they feel so good the first time, the second time, maybe even the third time. But then it starts to dissipate, that feeling of good, and you start taking more. And one Xanax in the morning turns into 2, and then 3, and so on and so forth. You are sucking them down like Tic Tacs. And I'm laughing because I may have kept them in a Tic Tac dispenser at one time or another. Just kidding. But they don't work, and they are so damaging to your body. Again, speaking from experience. And they're designed to get you hooked. So stay away. Now, I'm going to end with probably the most effective tool without CBD, without THC, next to vigorous physical activity, walking, running, doing something physical that feels really good to you. Magnesium. Good old-fashioned magnesium. And I, again, love the gummies. It's something to do with chewing them, that motion of chewing, and anything like homeopathic remedies. Like, it goes directly to the bloodstream if you ingest it through your mouth. So magnesium gummies are amazing. They work so well for anxiety. So well. Calm. There's a brand I love, Calm. It's CALM. Highly recommend it. They seem a little pricey, but let me tell you, it's worth it. They beat the pants off of Xanax. Do you become addicted to magnesium? No. It is essential to your body. So, give it a try. It recommends on the jar for a day. I've played around with those numbers. I find that if I feel a little creeping crud coming on in the morning before I venture out, 2, perfect. You don't get tired, and you're not druggy, and you're not cognitively impaired, I guess I'll say. They really take the edge off, and it's just magnesium. I discovered that product many moons ago when I was pregnant. And I've spoken to you at length about that when we talked about ECT in the last show that I did, electroconvulsive therapy, whole other subject. But same time period, I discovered Calm when I went to a local health food store and I was looking for a natural nerve remedy, since I gave up all of the meds, thankfully, that I was taking and I didn't need to take. And a lovely lady at a local health food store recommended Calm, and there's a liquid variety that you can mix. It's like a fizzy drink, and you can mix it with water or juice, anything, and drink it, and it has the same effect. I prefer the gummies, but that is also tasty as well. And it worked so beautifully, because pregnancy can be pretty exciting and also a bit nerve-wracking, especially when your first time, I'm sure. And that was what it was for me. So please try Calm. Go out and buy it today. You can find it at CVS. You can find it at Rite Aid, Walgreens. I'm sure of it. If not, Amazon, or just buy it from the Calm distributor. That's probably an even better bet. Support them. It's incredible. I can't say enough. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is my long talk about a very important topic. And I really hope that it helped you, because it really helped me, and I thank my sweet, beautiful friend I love so much who helped me through my tough couple of days. And please, visit your local marijuana distribution center. Check out their products. Do your research. I'm not a doctor again. I'm just Amanda at HOLDFAST Radio. sharing my experience with you so that you won't fall as hard as I did. See what I'm saying? So, let me gift you with 2 more tracks. Oh, yeah, 2 more tracks today from 2 of the bands actually 3. I'm going to play you some Lemon Twigs and a really killer song by Lizzie No, and I'm going to finish you off with a very happy ending. And the happy ending will be a surprise. So I love you, and I can't wait to talk to you again here on HOLDFAST Radio. Ride out life with mental illness. And this is Amanda. And talk soon. This is Church Bells by the Lemon Twigs.
So many wonderful people, but this is the one I love. So many beautiful people, but you're who I'm thinking of. Ring, ring goes the bell. The church bells are jamming on Riverside. So many beautiful cities, but this is the one I love. So many wonderful places, but this one I hold above. Ring, ring goes the bell. The church bells are jamming on Riverside. $6 a day, don't get carried away, don't get eaten alive. My love waits on me on the Jersey side. Her love waits for her on the Ring, ring goes the bell. The church bells are jamming on the Riverside. And my love, she waits for me on the Jersey side.
How cute is that track? That was Church Bells by the Lemon Twigs. And this is Halvesies by Lizzie No. This one has been out for a minute or 2. And it is badass. And I think I heard a rumor that she plays the drums in this too, but I'm not sure.
Spaceman wave from an asteroid. Paul Simon wave from Queen. I'm watching the headlines scroll. Half full, half empty. I keep mourning friends I never had. Pain without a reference knocks me on my back. Knocks me on my back. Stayed out all night dancing. Left my sandals in a cab. Woke up, caved in, felt the loss. Found a snakeskin in the grass. The masterpiece I made that your mama died. I think about it all the time. Batting my lashes at a stranger when you came to find me. I blacked out so I wouldn't see you lose it. Here I go again, making excuses, making excuses.
And that was When You Sleep by My Bloody Valentine, the Loveless album. And before that, we had, like I said, Halvesies by Lizzie No. Please, please, please check her out. She's amazing. Amazing. And this has been a morning, and thank you so much for being with me, Amanda. HOLDFAST Radio, and until next time. Can't wait.
Thank you for being a part of HOLDFAST Radio. Ride out life with mental illness. Until next time.